Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. We've got a very special video today. I think it's actually going to be our last video for the year, but it's a big one. We are completing our Season 1 bracket. That means we've got blue-white control playing off against our Cascading Rhinos deck. My good friend Corey, or WOOFgg as he goes on Twitch, was able to make it over and pilot the blue-white list that he's been working on for a while and did pretty well with. So he plays against Andrew on Rhinos, and I think the games are actually really good. I'm excited for you to see them. I was a little worried that, we'd happen to have a couple non-games or something in the finals, but no, they're great. If you want to check out the deck techs, you can go back to the first videos in the playlist where they appeared. I'll put some links somewhere. Couple other bits of housekeeping, and by housekeeping I mean things that I'm extremely excited for. So February is going to be a big month for us. February 3rd through 5th is SCGCon Indianapolis. I don't know exactly what this will look like, but I will be there in some capacity, and I will have vintage decks. So if anyone's interested in meeting up and jamming some games, I will be there. So definitely drop me a message if you want to try out the format. I'll bring probably most of what we have. I may do something more involved, but I got to figure out some details. Then February 25th, we're currently targeting that date for a win a box, and that'll be local. We're in Cincinnati. If anyone's interested in that, I'll probably post more information on it later, probably a flyer or something. But you can DM me on Discord or join the Discord. I'm going to put a link in the comments or description. We'll have more information on that. And this isn't confirmed yet, but I think that if we get above a certain threshold of people, perhaps 24, it will be upgraded from a win-a-box to a win-a-taiga. I believe it's a revised taiga, so pretty big deal there. That would be an insane tournament. It will be proxy-friendly, I believe, and I will have plenty of decks to lend out. I'm probably going to make a spreadsheet that people can kind of check out a deck, because I don't want to accidentally lend a deck to 3 people. So if you don't want to make the commitment of buying or proxying a deck, we're going to have plenty for you to borrow. So that'll be February 25th in Cincinnati. More information to come. Also, I mentioned a Discord. The link will be below. And what it is, I'm just opening up a place for people to chat about the format. And again, for those of you just tuning in, this is $30 budget vintage. That means 1 versus 1, 60 card deck with up to 15 cards sideboard, vintage, banned, and restricted list, but you only have $30 of budget to work with. We use TCG Player low pricing. We typically use Moxfield as our deck builder. You can edit that so that it pulls you can edit your settings so that it displays the price as TCG low. I'll probably try to get a video up to show how to do that at some point. But yeah, the format's awesome. If you want to jump in and chat, join the Discord. We are working to kind of make Monday night, I think, an informal open play night, just encouraging people to meet up over Spell Table or Xmage or Cockatrice or even Magic Online, I guess. Whatever digital platform you want, and just jam some games, test out some new decks. I haven't actually been able to make it on Monday nights the past couple because I was filming this video. But starting the new year, I'm going to try to be there pretty regularly. No commitment, just if you have some time on a Monday night, keep your eyes on the Discord, and if you want to play some games, just drop a message in there, and someone will join up. I think that's about everything I had to talk about. So we're just going to jump into the match. Thanks for all the support, guys. I'm really excited to see where this format and this channel go in the new year. Really trying to focus on organic growth, both in the digital and the local paper community. Because, man, this format still has a lot more to explore. I don't feel like we've even really scratched the surface. So that's all I got, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and happy holidays, all right? All right, we are rolling, and Corey, welcome to your first time on the channel.
What's up? How's it going?
It's good, man.
Going great. Good. I'm happy to be here. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, thanks for making the time. I know we had to fit it in around, every person in this room except me getting pretty sick for a while.
Yeah, that was pretty insane. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty insane and shocking, but also kind of a shockingly normal experience these days.
Yeah. I'm glad that everybody's feeling better and safe.
Agreed.
I'm pretty excited for this matchup.
I think it's going to be crazy.
It's going to be an interesting one for sure.
I think these decks are both really sweet. We were just having a conversation about what people would play in like a high stakes event, like a win a box or a win a Taiga potentially. I think these decks are both really good options.
Yeah. I think there's like a lot of silly stuff that you can do in the format, but I think this particular matchup feels like, I don't know, like particularly powerful. You know what I mean? I feel like both decks are like super tuned and really good. And
yeah, I gotta say, Rhino scares me a lot. But I think Blue-White has a really unique tool set to deal with it, which is Swords to Plowshares for turn 2 Lelia, Shatter the Sky for Rhinos at whenever Rhinos happen, and Lose Focus is shockingly good against Cascade, right? It's just better than Counterspell.
yeah,
There's also at least one Detention Sphere in the list.
yeah.
I don't know if there's more than one.
There's one Detention Sphere main, and if the removal lines up well, it's pretty good against Rhino's Plan A, which is obviously making Rhinos, because Charm and Condemn both kind of like mess up Rhino tokens in a cool way.
Yeah, I gotta say, if there's one thing that I want to see a hard cast Sky Turtle.
That'd be fun.
If I'm hard casting a Sky Turtle, I'm probably losing.
I don't know,
high
man.
roll?
It's got Ward.
It's an 8.
It is an 8.
And we were thinking, is this matchup pretty... Oh my god.
It's also an 8.
This matchup's kind of rolled a bit, maybe, right?
Game 1, yeah. I'd like to be on the play game 1, but we'll see.
You are not going to be on the play game 1.
Game 1 is an important game for me to win in the match.
And I think it's funny that we recorded a bit of a practice game just to get everyone comfortable and make sure the equipment was working. And the game was awesome. And I've had a feeling that the 2 games we're about to play are just somehow going to be miserable.
As I draw 2 Crashing Footfalls in my opening hand.
I'm gonna go ahead and follow suit.
I was wondering, I almost just knocked over an open 24-ounce bottle of Coke Zero. Jeez, I gotta put that away.
I think I'm a little bit different than most people, and I'm okay seeing a Crashing Footfalls and suspending it on turn 1 in a lot of games, because this format can just be kind of slow.
I do that in the modern Rhinos deck a lot.
Yeah.
But it's surprisingly really good.
Yeah. Giving you more turns is never a good thing, is the thing.
Yeah.
I can't accept that, I don't think.
It is kind of cool because you can suspend it on turn 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it makes blue-white controls like first board wipe kind of awkward.
Yeah.
Because if you can suspend on 1, then Shardless on 2, if they board wipe on 4, then a Footfalls comes down
2 turns?
I don't know. I'd have to run the numbers.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like counting, but I'm not going to do
Yeah.
it. I will say, I think that the more you guys mulligan, the more my money is on Rhinos.
I think I agree with that too.
Yeah.
I've seen Rhinos do messed up things with a 4-card hand.
I need multiple good cards.
Yeah, and Rhinos is like A plus B plus C, but a lot of them are lands.
What do you think about that one?
This one's kind of... I think the potential for a non-game means I should probably mulligan this. Oh, this one's actually kind of hard. I think I'm going to go aggressive and mulligan. It's close, though.
I like that mull.
I'm going to mulligan too.
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
see.
I'm very glad.
Yeah.
Very glad I mulligan.
We'll both get a 5.
That's cool.
That's, yeah.
Yeah, do some pile shuffling. Let's just chit-chat.
Yeah.
I know we had talked about early on when Andrew and I started filming whether we would do things like cut out games if someone like mulls to 6, or sorry, not to 6, to like 4 or whatever, or just always mull to 6.
Mm-hmm.
And other than the Glimpse of Tomorrow episode, which was kind of a joke, we've actually played these all like correct.
I think it's fine to do.
Which I think is good. I think like sometimes someone's just going to get blasted, but I do want to simulate like, sitting down at a real tournament.
Right.
So.
I think giving grace periods for mulligans makes something like Cephalid Breakfast a little bit too good, because then you can just auto 6 12 hands in a row or something if you really want to be a scumbag. But
and also it's just like reality. you know?
Yeah. Sometimes you just
Yeah.
run a little not hot.
Like, we're not in the Stone Ages of Magic where, like, you mulligan to 5 and it was just 5 cards and then you didn't do anything for 3 minutes and then you died. Like, you get to see 7 cards and, like, kind of put some back and, like, it's maybe okay.
Yeah, mulligan is the best it's ever been, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Alright. I'm not even going to lick my hand.
That's cool.
Until you look at yours.
And while you're just talking about mulligan, Corey, what, you get up to anything when you're not coming on the channel and doing budget vintage? What else are you playing in Magic these days?
Magic-wise...
I will keep this.
Oh, God.
That seems
fast. Yeah.
Never mind. We'll figure out what you do later.
2 on the bottom.
Rhinos does not leave a lot of time for chit-chat.
This hand is very similar to my last one.
You mulliganed your last one.
Yeah. I'd like to think that I can, like, think of a 4 that's pretty good. But it might not be reasonable. I think I might have to try to get a little lucky, so I think I'm going to try to do that. This card's almost nothing in the matchup, so we're going to bottom that easily, and then I need to think about these other ones because they're all pretty reasonable.
Almost nothing in this matchup. So that's probably, what, a Containment Priest?
Containment Priest or Dress Down, right?
Yeah.
In our practice game, we saw Dress Down and make Lelia not get a counter once.
That's true.
Which was kind of neat.
I think it has to be. This.
I can't wait to watch the video when I edit it.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
Go ahead.
What is that? Oh, it's a Chivalry. I thought it was a Sulphur Falls. I was like, holy shit.
The like $7 land.
Go ahead.
That.
Uh-huh. What else?
I'll pass. In your upkeep.
I'm going to do something on your
Okay.
instead. How's that sound?
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm going to cycle this Hieroglyphic Illumination.
Sure.
Okay. I'm in my upkeep.
I'm just gonna pass through your upkeep, actually.
You're not going to ice my island?
I'm not.
Mental games right now are insane.
I don't even have an ice in hand. I just wanted to fake you out.
Okay.
I think that's a good thing to do, honestly.
Go ahead.
Interesting. Are we playing this with open deck lists?
I think that you guys can know each other's deck lists. Yeah, that's usually how we've done it.
Are there spell pierces in the deck?
Do we agree that open deck lists make sense? You guys have both had a chance to look at the
Yeah,
list
I've
before.
played that deck in 2 videos.
If I ask you questions, you answer. I don't
absolutely.
care.
Yeah, I think that's super reasonable.
I don't play spell pierce.
Okay, then I'll go to... I will cycle a Hieroglyphic, taking 1.
Yeah. You play that card?
Hieroglyphic?
It's cool.
Drop just cycles, yeah.
Yeah.
It also doesn't like mess you
Big
up.
CMC, yeah.
Yeah.
Taking 1.
Okay. Bad news.
Terrible.
Terrible news for me.
It's nice that it wasn't turn 2, but it really is still just not.
They're in here somewhere, I swear. There we go. Cast of Footfalls.
I hear him kicking up dust. We're coming.
You are good to go.
Our 4/4 beasts that notably do have trample because they're rhinos.
I'll do this.
You got it.
This card is crazy, dude. People make fun of me for playing this card in this deck. I think it's so good. It's just fixed my hand.
I think I'm the one who has the most problems with that card, and they usually amount to, I think you can play Factor Fiction in that slot.
Yeah, like I want to play Factor Fiction or the new one that like you can flashback for 7 mana, but I think Hieroglyphics is just like the disciplined answer.
It just helps you so much when you're trying to hit land drops, which is like the struggle sometimes with the beginning of like the first 5 turns of a control deck. You know,
That's fair.
Yeah, and it fills your graveyard easily. I think it's the eating your vegetables
Go ahead.
cantrip and card advantage.
Yeah, it's a good card.
It's interesting.
My hand is pretty cool.
I hope the viewers enjoy it.
Your board state's pretty cool though.
I'll play that.
Okay, yeah. That's a crazy pain land. What is that?
It's a full art from Dominaria.
Dominaria.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I think, are we getting Painlands again in Dominaria Remastered, I think?
I don't know.
Anybody?
I don't know.
I might make a whole video talking about Dominaria Remastered because that's going to shake things up.
I will go to combat, and I will swing for 10.
Well...
You ever been attacked for half your life total before? From one card?
This is as a control player where I have to think about how lucky I want to be. And I think that the luck meter is like something that you probably want to get into the luck bucket when you've mulliganed to 5. But I can't just die with cards in my hand, so I'm gonna Azorius Charm one of the Rhinos.
Okay. It's gone.
Have a minute up. I'm gonna see if I want to do more now.
Okay.
I like how talking about the luck bucket sounds like nonsense, but it's actually just really smart and well put.
Okay. I'm gonna really hope to be kind of lucky. I hope no other things happen. Lucky.
I think I've said it on the channel before, but it is way better to be lucky than to be good.
Yeah.
Being good is overrated, and being lucky or cheating is awesome.
Go ahead.
Here we go.
Now I have to be lucky.
Yeah, because this is the turn 4 board wipe, potentially.
Yep.
I'll play this card.
Okay.
I'll do the -2 ability, which is like a miniature version of Fact or Fiction. And notably, the cards go to the bottom of my library and not in my graveyard, which is kind of a relevant thing sometimes.
I think every time I try to resolve that, I go to put them not in the library.
Well, let's just do that right there.
Makes sense.
I'll take this card.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, we all made decisions.
Most of your cards have matching names with other cards, so...
Two
Am
pair.
I good to go?
Go ahead, yeah.
We got 2 pair versus Jace High on the board.
Draw.
Jace also gets to soak up a little bit of damage, which is nice. Or else I get to go again.
That's interesting. So... start by playing you. Lelia.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah, card's good, and a mulligan also.
Yeah. Go to combat.
Okay.
12. So we'll go 2 there.
Mm-hmm.
Trigger.
I take like 13 or something?
13.
Okay. That all happens.
Can you imagine if Lelia let you cast 0 mana spells?
For free? That'd be sick. Go ahead.
Dude, what if I held the board wipe?
Upkeep. Take me. I will ice down that. Draw.
Land board wipe, please. Yeah, so he can't cantrip into a board wipe.
You got it.
Alright.
I die.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I think I pretty confidently died.
Yeah, I think that's what's supposed to happen, right? You guys both
Yeah,
rolled
yeah.
kind of low, and Rhinos was on the play, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a lot of pressure. It was just a lot of pressure in the deck.
Yeah, so I was basically trying to get to a point where I could play a threat and hold up an ice before you got to board wipe mana.
Got you.
And that was kind of the out. Especially once you played a tap land on turn 2.
Right.
Because if you had an untapped land where you could counter a Crashing Footfalls or something, then obviously I should ice that land. But
Right. No, I think it was good.
Yeah, I think thinking about whether Spell Pierce exists or not was smart.
yeah.
There's like almost an argument to side in this kind of card. But we're not going to do that. But it is interesting.
I talked about it earlier, but I just straight up do not have cards for you. So I'm not sideboarding at all.
Yeah, Rhinos exists at 1 speed, and that speed is pretty fast.
The other argument in sideboarding against this deck is whether you want like this kind of stuff or not. And I'm not sure. I don't think... I think sometimes I side in 1 or 2, depending on whether I'm in the player draw, but this stuff... I'm just going to try this because it's cool, but this stuff is like an A+. So we start here, and I'm going to start taking a look at the deck.
I like that.
So these, I just die. If I cast that card, I die often. So
I'm curious what card that is.
Narset.
Probably. Yeah.
set some amounts of these out.
I mean, turn 3 Narset does get you to a board wipe pretty quickly.
It does. But also...
Also, sometimes you go Lelia into Bloodbraid Elf and die in response to a Narset.
Some of this, probably gonna sign out.
Do we think Simeon or Elvish Spirit Guide is going to go low enough for this deck?
Do you think it'll be cheaper than Simeon, or are you interested in playing 8 Simeon Spirit Guides?
I'm almost interested in playing 8.
It's insane. I mean, like, imagine...
Maybe 6.
Imagine trimming 2 Sky Turtles, right? Sky Turtle doesn't come up that often.
Yeah. I would say maybe a Sky Turtle and like a Hieroglyphic, but how many Sky Turtles are in the deck total? It's 2, right?
I don't know. I looked at the list earlier to make sure it was right, but I don't know. I know that Will exactly is in the comments right now being like, don't play Simeon Spirit Guide, play Tap Lands.
I mean, I really don't hate the 4 of the Tri-Land, the whatever it's called.
It's really hard to say. Frontier Blue Black.
Frontier, that.
Yeah, I'm starting to come around on at least 2 of them, because you don't really do much on turn 1. And there's a chance that it actually increases the odds of your turn 2. It is nice to be able to incubation on turn 1 to find either the Shardless or the Spirit Guide.
Yeah.
But there's a chance that Tri-Lands help.
Yeah, there's just the thing that we've talked about in a few of the past videos where Rhinos was in. It's just the amount of non-games that this deck sometimes falls into really struggles with that.
But I mean, I think you avoided that perfectly by mulliganing to 5 and then casting threats from turn 3 through 5 and then winning.
I mean, yes, when the deck works like that, it's great. But didn't you have a game where you mulliganed to 5 and still didn't have all of your colors?
That sounds like me.
I think we had a round where you just got really unlucky with it.
Was that versus the Rack when I lost what I thought was like an unlosable matchup? I thought there was no way 8 Rack could beat Rhinos, and then I just died.
Yeah. I understand. I'm gonna pile shuffle.
Okay. Did you get a chance to watch the really crazy Cephalid Breakfast versus 8 Rack game?
I haven't watched it yet, but I saw that it got posted recently.
So spoiler tag for anyone in chat who doesn't want spoilers. Alright, here we go, spoilers. Nothing happened for 40 minutes.
That's awesome.
I don't understand. There were Narcomoebas attacking for a really long time.
I love that.
So that one got filmed a while ago, so I don't fully remember it, but I think it was basically just he had graveyard hate or something, known information or on board or something like that, and I was just trying to cast Athas's Oracle.
Yeah, and he drew like a lot of lands.
That's awesome.
It was just like pretty terrible. So if you haven't seen that, I'll put a link at the top right, I guess is where I put those. Go check it out. It's awful magic.
I'm going to go first, by the way.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
That's interesting. I'm on the draw, you say?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to try mine.
I will as well.
7 card hands, who knew?
Yeah.
That's right.
Any 7 card hand enjoyers in chat?
Anything about my land drops for a second.
That's how you know this format is smart.
It doesn't matter. Okay. Go ahead.
I will suspend the crashing footballs.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I think that's sick.
Draw. Okay. Hope that the camera can see my hand pretty well right now because it's really, really just remarkable.
Yeah, it looks like it's visible.
It's just very, it's very interesting. We'll just say that.
Yeah, I think it should be visible. You
Go
can
ahead.
tilt a little more forward and fan out a little
Great.
bit if you want, or shuffle through, but I think they should be able to see it.
That's interesting. Do I want to do this, or do I want to do this?
I see the decision, and I'm not going to comment on it.
I think I'm
But there certainly is a decision.
going to cast an incubation.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take a shardless.
Okay. That just gets a creature, right?
Yep.
That card's very cool.
I'm going to take a pain and cast an incubation.
Okay. That's an interesting target. That is legal.
Go ahead.
If you ever cantrip into a lotus petal, it's insane.
To draw? Sure.
Draw.
Incubation looking very fine there, honestly.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with both of those results.
We don't hate that.
We're drawing the kinds of cards we want to draw, so nothing's really going on at the moment, so we'll just pass. No need to do anything, really.
Suspend triggered.
Yeah.
I think it's Sulfur Falls from Dominaria every single time.
You think on turn 3 something happens?
I'll cast a Lelia, taking one.
Sure.
Go to combat.
Yes.
Make sure you give him a chance to Azorius Charm when you put the trigger on the side.
I kind of think he doesn't want me to immediately... Oh, I guess it would exile immediately.
Sure.
3?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I feel like we just got data.
Let's talk about the center instead.
Okay.
Dude, we're getting more data.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and kill this. Sure. Gain 3. Draw.
Already got it.
Oh, you did? I'm sorry.
I've
Lands.
taken life to lands.
That's crazy. Nice one, I don't really have to care about that much.
Yeah, it's not as relevant in this matchup.
I will say some matchups it hurts. The pain lands hurt.
I'm gonna cast a Void Mirror.
Interesting.
You can go.
Interesting.
Oof, ouch, my sideboard.
Yep, I did forget that card's there.
Huh. I think that's a one of.
Okay. Good to go?
Yep.
Huh.
You guys couldn't see it on camera, but Russell just looked at me in the eyes.
We had a long eye contact.
I'll do this.
Okay.
Trigger.
Sure.
Mog Salvage? Is that the answer to the situation? Yeah, that card's cheap.
I'll point at this.
Yep.
Does it say counter it? What is it?
Counter.
Yep, counter.
So if someone doesn't spend colored mana on a spell, counter it?
Yep.
Insane.
Go ahead.
It's a cool card. Alright, draw.
What's the CMC of Mog Salvage? 3 or 4?
That's a good question. That I don't know the answer to.
Go ahead.
Wait, Mog Salvage you have to still
Counter.
pay for. You can't free cast
Yeah, you have
Mog
to pay for
Salvage.
it.
God damn it!
I mean, the reality, it's probably Foundation Breaker.
Oh,
Yeah, probably.
yeah, okay, sure.
Foundation Breaker's just good.
Card's pretty good, yeah.
Taking one.
Okay.
We're stuffing our graveyard. Our dump spells will be insane.
Dude, that hit a lot of creatures. That's awesome. Dude, the top of your deck is like basic forests or something. That's gonna be the game after this resolves.
I mean, it goes back in the deck.
Isn't it at the bottom? Is it at
Yeah.
the bottom?
Yeah.
So,
Cast a Crashing Footfalls.
Okay.
a point.
I have time. All those blood burritos can go right to the bottom of your deck.
Go to combat.
Okay. 2. Yes. How do I do? I've never used
Go
this
ahead.
before.
Yep, you're good. It's the lower half and the upper half. That you
Oh. Okay.
so. There might be some way to do poison counters, but I refuse to learn it. If I ever play Infect, it's going to be with a Blazing Shoal, and we're not going to count. It's going to be either 1 or 10.
I'm gonna cast Ponder.
Sure.
I can't wait to try Blazing Shoal Infect.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm going to play Solve the Equation in my deck.
Oh my god.
And get either half with it.
I think Everett and I
cool.
both agree that Peer Through Depths is really good. Because you're just seeing, 5 or 6 cards and you get an instant or sorcery?
Yeah, I think the instant speed nature of that might be good. Solve the Equation is 3 mana, and it gets either half for sure, which is cool too. But I don't know. We gotta get some data on that deck, but we'll circle back to it.
Draw from my Ponder.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna do this.
Sure.
It's cool. Scoreboard, Shatter the Sky better than Depopulate right now.
Did I play land? I can't remember.
You were on the play, and I've missed 1 land drop, so yes. No.
So I have
So
it,
no.
right? That's what I thought. Very good.
Interesting.
I'll put this somewhere else. Put it right here.
Lelia.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, if you get all the footfalls out of your deck, Shardless Agent makes Lelia.
Yes.
Like a 40 power creature.
Take 3.
Yeah.
Play land. Pass.
Dude, this is it. This is the Sky Turtle game.
This is probably the Sky Turtle game if there ever was one.
I called it. I'm sorry I did this to you. Is this play experience better or worse than the average game against the rack?
It's probably better.
I think it's probably
God.
better.
I think it
too.
has to just be better. The rack's just miserable.
Your deck doesn't even work, and you're like, this is cool.
I can still cast creatures, that's fine.
Yeah, Lelia's insane still.
Yeah, and Bone Crusher Giant's a good card.
Yeah, you're fine. Your deck's just fair now. It's like a good draft deck.
I think Sky Turtle bounces
ahead.
artifacts. I will take 1 and I will tap down your dual land.
On my end step?
Yep.
Do we need to look up what Sky Turtle bounces?
I'll draw 1 eventually.
Okay. I'm pretty sure it's just creatures.
I cast Dress Down.
Sure.
Trigger.
Yep.
Huh.
Okay.
Draw.
Yep.
Alright, go to my turn.
Yep.
Combat.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
That's a single digit.
There's an ape.
Go.
Ape Spirit has been cast.
Is
Is Elvish Guide a 2/2 as well?
I think so.
That's a big elf.
So on my end step. Cast this.
Sure.
Okay.
This game's kind of sick.
Draw for turn.
It's interesting, that's for sure. 1 Shatter's down. I know he has a 3rd in the sideboard. 2 Azorius Charms.
2 Detention
1
Spheres total, I think.
I don't know if there's a sideboard or not. This seems like a Shatter, though.
Yeah, I'll shatter.
Okay.
Go ahead. My hand is pretty chill.
Lelia.
Dude, I love Magic.
Let me think about it for a second. Sure.
Taking 1. Blood Raid. Cascade trigger.
Great, huh?
Oh.
Your Cascade trigger resolves.
1.
1, 2.
Another.
Shardless.
Mm-hmm.
So 2. So I guess this is on the stack and will be countered.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Can you
8,
fart on
9,
YouTube?
Oh, man.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. Oh, weird. There's none left. I wonder where it is.
Goblin Charbelcher? Hello?
I need you to announce very clearly you going through your phases.
So this is a
Big,
41-41.
Okay.
Dude, I love numbers.
I would like to go to combat.
Sure.
Exile.
Trigger on the stack.
Okay.
I was restrained.
Sure.
Let me pause real quick. Alright, so we just Azorius Charmed Alelia.
You have 41-41.
All right.
I'll take 3 now.
Go ahead.
It's getting scary, kind of.
Yeah, there's some real pressure.
I need to stop farting around.
Yeah, because I'm not sure if I'm allowed to publish this.
It's all unusable.
My graveyard and exile pile are just all the exact same cards.
How many cards do you have in your hand, by the way?
1.
1?
And by context clues, you can probably guess what it is.
Okay, well.
I don't even remember what it is, and I've seen it.
There are only 3 revealed footfalls, and I didn't reveal the footfalls on that Shardless Agent.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
This.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Sky Turtle?
Go ahead.
I'll do the impulse mode of this card.
Okay.
I love that card so much.
Yeah, this card's like $0 too. Very free to play. Okay, this card is something. And you get to take it with impulse, which is pretty cool. This doesn't matter. I don't think any of this matters. I think it's just this.
I don't think the rest of this game matters at this point.
The player can concede the game at any time. Even on YouTube.com.
That's true.
I am allowed to, yeah.
I won't stop you.
I'm not going to.
Runner Sky Turtles maybe does
If
something.
I played out that rack game, I'm playing this one out for sure.
Yeah. It's a finals. Yeah, we give the people what they want.
Go ahead.
Oh god, a win condition.
Incubation.
Card's good.
That card's insane.
Yes. I hope it misses or something. Ah, stop hitting that card. Stop casting it.
That card's really good.
The card is extremely good. We're going to cast it.
Okay.
4 mana remains.
Go to combat.
Sure.
Damn it! That's one of the worst things to exile.
What can Sky Turtle bounce, by the way? Let's read it together.
Target card from your graveyard to your hand, return target creature to its owner's hand.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. I'm just going to suspend this.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Who knows? Maybe something happens.
Since I know that I can't physically deal with that in this deck, might as well just get it out of the way.
I can't believe there's a lethal threat on the board.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You know, sometimes stuff just happens.
It's a good card to draw.
Tick down footfalls doesn't matter, but you know we have a game state to maintain.
Sure, I'll take that trade. I'll go to combat. Trigger. Sure.
Okay.
Dude, it's turtle time.
Yeah, I'll fire up the colonnade.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna pass out.
5, 6, 7, 8. I'll play that.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
What's its ward cost? 2 mana.
2. Yeah. Okay. Taking 1.
Dude, word's insane.
That.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Dude, there's still bone crushers and fires in the deck.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Well.
Yeah, there was something to be said about just returning the Lelia to hand and then attacking with it again, but...
I'm dead.
Huh.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Yeah.
Apparently turtle... Jeez. That was not what I expected.
Unfortunately, I just drew a lot of lands.
Yeah, just
That's
kinda... Huh.
Well, okay.
Cool.
That was a good match, actually.
Yeah.
There are
cool.
4 Sky Turtles in the
pretty good.
deck.
It's a lot of sky.
I would not be opposed to cutting some Sky Turtles for Elvish Spirit Guides if those drop enough.
I can't believe you're saying that after a turtle won the game for you.
I am still on board with cutting those for Elvish Spirit Guides. Because you know what would also help win the game? More reliably casting my green spells on turn 2.
Dude, we need a blue spirit guide. Give me a Cephalid spirit guide.
That's right. That's right.
Well, alright, so apparently we have a first bracket winner.
Yeah. Ooh, do a handshake. We like a handshake on the channel.
Of
Oh,
course.
God, that's so good.
Of course.
Production value.
Negate Baneslayer Angel, I like that. Is this the 5/5/1 and not the 4/4 that we've talked about a couple
Yeah.
times?
Yeah, it's a better one for sure.
This is what I said it.
Jason, yeah, that seems
Yeah, that makes
seems
sense.
correct. And then there was what, an extra Shatter and an extra Detention Sphere maybe?
Oh, whoops. There's an extra D-sphere somewhere. I just saw it.
So there was an extra D-Sphere on the side. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was good. Just unfortunate. Yeah, that's how
That's
RNG
okay.
works. Yeah.
Sometimes you play... As a person who's played control decks like my whole life, sometimes you just draw like 4 lands in a row.
Yeah.
It's the nature of running a lot of lands.
Right, you just got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
And I think that the actual list you're playing is a version or 2 back from the one that you currently work on, right? Because I think I grabbed this at some point in time from your Moxfield account without telling you.
Okay.
So this is the Sphinx's Rev version.
Yeah.
Are you a Sphinx's Rev guy or a Delve guy now? I think Sphinx's
Um,
Rev might have just gotten reprinted, so it might be cheaper.
I think I'm on board with Delve spells personally.
The game started, like the deck started with Dig Through Time. And obviously Dig Through Time, you know, illegal in formats. It's a good card.
Yeah.
But I did notice that there were times where, you know, not that this is an argument that Dig Through Time is strictly worse or better, because they're both really nuanced cards that are good. Their ceilings are really high in different scenarios. But I noticed that there were times where I was like kind of missing something that I needed from the Dig Through Time, and the life gain was just interesting from Sphinx's Rev, so I decided to just try it. So that's kind of what I've been just trying, you know.
That's a good point.
I think gaining life is actually criminally underrated. I think we're all taught as young Magic players that gaining life is actually bad. You know, because like when you're a new Magic player, you're like, gain 4 life, how do I lose? My life total's high.
Yeah.
And then you like get a little bit better, and you're like, dude, gaining life doesn't do anything. And then you get really smart, and you're like, dude, what if gaining life impacts the game?
Yeah.
I mean, we've had some discussions of whether Martyr Proc is one of the best decks that anyone has come up with for this format. So.
Martyr Proc's insane, and we can't allow it to win anymore. I'm never playing a fair deck again.
Nope.
I think the way I've thought about the Sphinx's Rev Dig Through Time thing is like, Dig Through Time is, I think, for sure better the more 1-ofs you play in the control deck. And I think the more repetitive your deck is and the more 4-ofs you play, Sphinx's Rev gets a little bit better. Because you're
Yeah, I like
You're
that.
drawing more cards that kind of all do the same thing, whereas Dig Through Time can like pick up a dress down, against a combo deck or something, which is relevant.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And so when you're not playing blue-white control, what do you like in this format? I know you've got a couple other sick decks.
Oh, dude, I've been playing a deck. I heard rumors that it might be in the next bracket. I don't even know if I'm even allowed.
Yeah,
if anything like that's been announced or if I just messed up. But
No, go for it. And I think you can say what it is because at this point, I'd say it's a hard lock for the next bracket.
Yeah.
If you can update your list and give it to me,
Sure.
we'll get you back on to showcases.
I've been playing a mono black deck that I think a lot of people are really enticed by like the shiny object of playing like Dark Ritual in this format. And I'm literally just playing like pack rat and removal spells, and it's insane. It's so good with like Desecration Demon. Like think Return to Ravnica, standard. Yeah, like Theros Return to Ravnica. Very similar, but you get to run. There are some upgrades, like you get to run the knight that goes on an adventure instead of something stupid like Nightville Spectre.
Oh yeah, Murderous Rider.
Murderous Rider is really
You also
good.
get to run Hymn to Turok in your deck. Inquisition got reprinted a lot of times in the past few years, but specifically in Double Masters 2. So you get to play, like a playset of Inquisition, which oftentimes is the same thing as Thoughtseize.
Yeah.
I do think there is some argument to be said that Dreams of Oil and Steel might just be better at this point.
Yes, that's a new
What
one
is that?
from. It's a new one from Brothers War. If I'm really feeling like putting my heart into editing this video, I'll put it up on the screen.
I've been putting it in my board instead of Duress.
Yeah,
Oh, nice. Because it's creature or artifact is what you can take for single black at sorcery speed, and it also lets you take one from the graveyard. And can it be the same one? Is that how spells resolve?
I don't think so. I think you have to target in...
Probably put all the targets.
They both have to be legal targets.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's like the welder problem you have to have, too.
But yeah, I think that's a really powerful card. So it's nice to see
That's
more interesting discard. I remember we tested against that deck a while ago. I think I was playing mostly Blue-Red Snake at the time, or Blue-Red Hottie I got hit by a lot of Desecration Demons.
Desecration Demon is a heck of a card.
Card is big.
I will say.
That card is very big.
That card is not a joke. And then obviously you get to run, Grey Merchant. Which if you get into a position where like you've dealt your opponent some damage and your board gets dealt with, you can cast like 2 in a row and sometimes you just kill your opponent.
That's just burn.
It's pretty cool.
As we were just talking about, life gain is pretty good.
Yeah. It has reach in like colors where it has no business having reach, so it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm very excited to get that on. And I think you play a little unfair deck too, right?
I play I play a deck that it runs Pyromancer's Ascension and Ario Flame. And also you get to run so many unfair cards in that deck, dude. You get to play Rite of Flame in this format.
Yeah.
You can play Treasure Cruise, you can play Past in Flames, you can play Seething Song.
Manamorphose.
You get to do basically whatever you want. It has a spell suite that I would say is like a mix between like 2015 like Modern Storm and then like Phoenix. Because there's like Lava Darts in there. Those kind of like cheap, efficient spells that you can like cast 2 of in the same turn.
Yeah, the deck's cool.
It's pretty cool.
Very, very cool.
It's definitely very, very cool. I've felt that it's been pretty good. I'm just such a sucker for playing like stuff like this that I haven't played it in the local event yet, but I'm very confident it would do at least okay. I think it would do pretty well. It's pretty unbelievably fast too.
And I feel like people have been shifting a little bit further away from graveyard decks because no one believes Reanimator is real. It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we first started playing this, I heard a lot of talk about how Reanimator's awesome and you can just get Inkwell Leviathans into play, and then no one ever played it or built it. And I legitimately don't think I've seen a Reanimator deck once.
Yeah. I've lost an event. I missed first place at an event to Dredge, so I've always had Tormod's Crypts in my deck for respect because it hurt my heart. But also I've started running a couple less and just running Containment Priest because it has weird overlap against different decks, and also you can just like block stuff. Like If I had more
Flash, yeah.
if I had more bad stuff to take out against like Rhinos, I would just like put Containment Priest in my deck instead of a 4-mana counterspell.
Yeah, it's fine.
What are your
Watch
thoughts
later.
of Hallowed Moonlight versus Containment Priest?
Dude, Hollow Moonlight is an awesome
Because that
card.
stops Rhinos.
That is an awesome card for sure.
I thought Hollow Moonlight was non-token.
I thought it was any creature, any permanent,
Oh, I don't know.
or any
maybe.
creature.
Yeah, anyway, I think Hollow Moonlight is sweet because it's like less expected, and I think in like a hold up mana forever deck.
Yeah, if a
Yeah.
creature would enter the battlefield and it wasn't cast, exile it instead. Draw
That's
a card.
insane. Yeah, and it can't get you can't stomp that.
Yep.
Yeah, there's like I think there's like kind of a bit of a pricing difference
That makes sense.
because it's popular in Modern. I don't.
Oh,
it
has been gaining popularity.
I don't remember the exact difference, but
Yep. Hollow Moonlight's probably a little bit too expensive.
How much is it now?
$4.
Oh, it used to be bulk.
yeah,
It was Archon players.
yeah, it's so good against creativity and Rhinos and
Yeah.
Living End and all that stuff. So.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, any parting thoughts before we wrap it up?
I love this format. I love thinking about it and just building decks. There's just such an unlimited amount of decks that you can make that are all good. Like I play decks with like Assemble the Legion in it. Like that's a joke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's great.
It's just you're allowed.
You get to kind of like rebuild decks from like the past and kind of like, you know, no pun intended, but like exhume them into like a different thing, which is pretty cool. Like the Pack Rat deck. Other than this, I like playing Legacy a lot. I play Death and Taxes and Legacy. But when I don't do that, I stream on Twitch. And can I plug my URL?
Yeah, do it.
It's
I'll put it in
Twitch.
the-
Twitch.tv/woof, WOOFgg. And I do a lot of like speed running and challenge runs and difficult games.
Yeah, a lot of
So-
difficult games.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get a link in there, and yeah, can't wait to see what you do in January.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'll be excited to pilot the rats.
The rats.
It's overbearingly good. It's not. Admittedly, it's not the most interesting deck, but it is like insane how good it is. It's very, very good.
People just need to get him to Turok. That just has to
Yeah.
happen.
That was very popular with, I think there were multiple Hymn to Torok decks in that first tournament we went to, and then it just kind of died off. Everyone just went with cool, fun synergies and just forgot that Hymn to Torok exists.
Yeah,
Get people.
yeah. I know Michael played in the first $30 vintage event that we played in, and he was playing a mono black deck.
That deck was crazy.
I had cards that I don't remember what they do.
He was running like Nevin Nero's disc.
yeah,
and-
it was.
And Haunted Plate Mail.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was some enchantment that at the beginning of your end step, if you control exactly one creature, you make a 5/5 flyer or something like that. Something weird.
And you know what's going to happen? We're going to have a Win-A-Box in February, and then he's going to show up after not thinking about the format for 2 years and beat the pants off of us.
Play that deck and probably win. Which is
Amazing.
I think in the Win-A-Box, I will play.
That's cool.
I think that deck's just fast, and I haven't played it at an event yet, and I probably won't until that event. I just don't want people to understand what's happening.
Maybe I'll edit this exact sentence out.
Yeah, you can play like you can just turn 2 and turn 1, and
Yeah.
it's just a joke.
and then eventually every
Crazy stuff.
Definitely.
Cool. Well, thanks again
Very
for coming
cool.
on. We'll wrap it up.
Thanks for having me. Honored. Appreciate it.
We'll see you next time, Wolf.
And with that, our very first season bracket is complete. Honestly, I think this went really, really well. I loved getting to showcase these decks. I think they all performed well. Perhaps maybe not Glimpse of Tomorrow, but we can revisit that. And I feel like we started to show off some of the diversity of this format, but honestly, there's a ton more to go into. So I'm currently working on finalizing the 8 deck lists for the next bracket, which will be kicking off pretty early in the new year. I've actually got a little bit of time off work here, so I'm going to try to get as many of the matches filmed over the next week and a half or so as possible, and honestly maybe start some of the production to just keep things moving along. We'll be seeing decks like Esper Miracles and Troll Warship. I think the bracket's going to be crazy. Honestly, the format has evolved a lot since we made the first 8 deck bracket. I'm excited to talk about kind of how I've been seeing it evolve and change in front of me, so I'll probably have that in an intro to the next bracket. But we got plenty more content coming. I feel like this has been going really smoothly, and like I said, we haven't even scratched the surface of everything there is to talk about. There's so many decks that I want to show off, so many cool local players who have been working on cool things that I want to get on the channel to show off what they've been working on. So if that's the kind of thing you're into, just stay posted as we move into the new year, and we'll get some more content coming to you. Alright, thank you for tuning in, everyone.